Hey, welcome everybody. Another episode of our Facebook Live. Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2025. I'm not sure about you guys, but I slept in this morning and it was one of the best days and the best mornings I think I ever had throughout the year for the whole last of 2024. So I woke up like around 8 o'clock this morning, believe it or not, Tom. A 3 a.m.
Wow.
guy waking up at for 8 a.m. So this was an amazing, amazing morning for us. Tom is here with me again, my buddy and partner. We do real estate deals. We talk about real estate. And today is New Year's resolution day. Wanted to share some thoughts, some memories from the past, and also set some goals and tasks. And I would like you guys to do the same with us. My name is Dr. Noah Liu, and I'm a general dentist owning Secure Dental with multiple practices. And my passion is real estate. Tom here, he is a serial entrepreneur, and I'll let him do the intro. And for those of you guys who don't know us, we are the admin of the group. We like to educate and we like to present opportunities to our real estate deals. Tom, man, let's go kick it off.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year 2025. So excited for another year. I cannot believe Noel slept in. He's a 3:30 a.m. guy who wakes up every day, takes a cold shower, hits the gym. I cannot believe it, man. I mean, it's one day I think you're relaxing out of the old. I mean, allowing yourselves to relax throughout the whole
Absolutely, man.
365 days. So that's pretty cool to hear, man. I'm surprised and shocked, but that's awesome. Yeah, I slept in too. But I'm excited for 2025. My name is Tom Bibi Burgess. I am one of the admins in the group, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've built businesses, sold them, and also operating businesses. And like Noel said, our passion is real estate. What we do is make money in our business and throw it into some assets, which is real estate, which is kind of the solid asset at any type of economy. Real estate always kind of holds steady for the most part, and so that's what we teach here. We want others to do the same. We are excited about this. We are excited about teaching others how to do it, and that's what this whole Facebook show is all about. Basically, educate. We get a lot of DMs and thank yous from a lot of the members who join here, and they say, "Hey, you guys talked about this, and now I'm doing this." And many of
Hmm.
them have partnered with us on some deals as well. So today we are excited to talk about New Year's resolutions, and Dr. Noah Lou is going to chime in and what that's going to look like.
Before we jump into it, we're going to go back to the past where how we got started. And for all our new members who just got into real estate or who was actually wanting to get into real estate, or was sitting on the fence to get into real estate, it's you got to get educated first. So step number one, resolution number one, get educated. Know the real estate game. How does it work? And the only way we know from our experience, Tom, you can kind of chime in, is we attended events, we attended summits, we actually got ourselves surrounded with people doing deals. And actually, those guys got us involved in their deals as either limited partner or a general partner. So, how important is that, Tom?
Yeah, that's very very important. See, any business you want to do, right? The first thing, I mean, I have a list of things that you have want to do to be successful in any business, and the first thing is acquire knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And just like what Dr. Noah Lewis is saying, education, acquire it as much knowledge as possible on any subject you want to be an expert in or you want to start exploring. You want to acquire knowledge, you want to educate yourself. And we are actually giving out free education. And we are what we learned through years of investing money, trying different things, doing our own deals. Sometimes we have made mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and some deals didn't work out. So we are bringing all that education and giving it to you guys for free. And like he said, education, the most important thing. At least know the basics of it before you jump into something. And I'm very excited to give that education to you guys.
100%. We, as dentists, we attend so many CE courses, so many CE credits we accumulate over the years. And half of them we don't even practice in our own practices. And that's the honest truth. With real estate, The game is just jump in and take massive action. And the only way we can do it is take the education component, know the lingo of real estate, basically all the definitions, all the terminologies. That's what's going to help every single new investor out venturing into this arena. So with that being said, let's talk about resolution. So Tom, we speak about personal, professional, and financial resolutions, right? So
Say that
what are
again.
some of the goals?
Personal.
Personal, professional, and financial.
Yep.
That is one of those terms that we apply in our offices that I learned from Cardone Ventures.
Mm.
It's just encompasses everything that we do in our daily lives, and it's whether it's professional, it's personal, or financial. It all bottoms down to one of these three things in our lives. So when we speak about resolution, we talk about goals. One of the aspect I would like to start off with is financial. What are some of the financial structure, the financial resolutions that we are going to set and make sure we are disciplined to keep it at pace throughout the year? Because everyone sets resolution, but 90% of them, they kind of go away right after the first 2 months.
Yeah.
How do we take that and we set it up? So let's talk about like month number 12, December 2025. We are in December 2025, end of Q4. What does it look like for us financially? What does it look like for us professionally? And what does it look like for us personally? With that in mind, let's try to start backtracking and reverse engineering what we need to do. So one of the things that
I like that, man. So you just want to reverse engineer, and you just want to start looking at where looking
exactly.
at yeah, December 2025 and how that's going to look like. Now, one other thing I want to tell you is that any of you listening or anybody, they should have some goals, guys. You got to have some goals. So I know maybe your business is doing well, or you're comfortable where you are,
Mhm.
or you want to go up, or you want to level up, but you have to have some goals. Even if you're a one-man operation, small practice, big practice, doesn't matter, but have a goal. It's as easy as I want to do 25% more business than I did
Right.
last year, something like that. But got to have a goal, because and let's say you're like, man, I'm happy where I never want to sell my business, I'm okay. But you have to have some goals in order to push yourself. Like, for example, you could be like, before the end of the month, I want to do this much in revenue, because that's when your brain will start
Hmm.
functioning along those lines. You'll be like, okay, today's the 20th of the month. I got to do X number more of what, like something like that. Okay. So have some goals, regardless, even personal goals. You're like, hey, I want to work on my marriage, or I want to work on spending more time with my families. That could be a goal. So financial goals, I want to invest X amount of money, things like that. So having goals is super important, even if it's just like something
Exactly.
as easy as 20% more, 25%, something like that.
100%. And one of those things that a habit that I'm going to share today is, which I haven't done yet myself, and I'm guilty of it, and I need to do it today, is lay out a calendar from January to December. And on that calendar, we put down all the important dates, including vacation time, including time with family and friends. Because what's going to happen is we're going to get consumed so fast on a day to day basis that we will forget actually what we need to give priority to as well. So, like Tom just mentioned, your marriage, make sure it's lined up in there. It's like on a date there. Time with vacation with kids, it's on a date there. That's something which even I've neglected. This I was supposed to do it last month, and honestly, I haven't done it. So today, I think it's a time. It's a good day. It's off. Everybody's closed, right? So it's the best time to sit down, lay out the calendar, and let's jot those dates down, because that is what's going to help us keep us in track and hold us accountable. What we need to do, and make those days like non. It's like a non-compromised kind of dates, right? You are not going to move those dates anytime, anywhere for whatever reason. Once it's in, it's set in stone. And once
Man,
we
I
have that,
really love that idea. So you're saying, so let's, I mean, I think we should spend a little bit of time here. So you're saying
yeah,
take a calendar out and write down the non-negotiable things.
non-negotiable. That was the word I was looking for.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that just write that down first? Is that what you're saying?
100%.
Okay.
And I get the credit to Jesse Itzler's camp that we went to with Some Rock Group, and that's where we actually did it for the first time, and it was an eye opener for me. And
Mm,
ever since we've been doing it, but this year, this last month, I totally kind of forgot because with all the business happening, all the stuff that's the end of the year with the taxation and everything, you know how it is, right, Tom?
mhm.
Kind of slipped my mind. But
Yeah.
today, I'm gonna bring that calendar out, and we're gonna start laying it out. Believe it or not, the month of January it's already filled. The month of February is already filled, right? So how fast the time's going. So I love what
Before
you
you
just
know
said.
it, before you know it, it'll be December 2025.
Right. And like we said, have that goal in mind, have that set priorities, and let's try to chase it. The other thing that Tom said was once we have the financial goals, we set it up in our businesses. We went up 20%, 25%, 40%, in some cases, even 2x, right? You want to be like,
It'll
hey,
just happen, guys. You're just having
exactly.
that goal alone could do it in some cases.
And one thing I learned from my mentors is never look at the past results to make your future goals.
Hmm.
It's something which never happened. So let's say if you made like $1 million last year in your single practice, do not try to say, oh, I'm going to make a million again, or I'm going to do 1.05 million or 1.1 million. You got to have like, bodacious goals. Okay, if I did a mill last year, how do I get to 2 million this year?
Yeah.
How do I do 2.5 million this year? Right, Tom?
Yeah,
And that is the
absolutely.
kind of goals we need to set because at the end, we need to stretch ourselves. You may or may not reach it, but at least you had this number that, we were chasing after, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And so what do you do with that? Well, let's say you hit the 2 million. What do you suggest? What happens after that? Let's talk about investments.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Once you start making money, then you have a problem of what to do with the money, right? And rather than go buy boats, and I mean, it's okay to buy them, but don't just buy those boats and the cars and become make that make that make
And then
that
maintain them, right?
and make it into a liability. Rather than that, buy an asset that gives you cash flow,
Cash flow.
then buy your boat or whatever that is that comes that's in your mind. So let the asset pay for your liability, basically.
100%. So how it works, what Tom just said was business, take the business, get that income, dump it into an investment property or something which is going to make cash flow, and then take that, dump it into your toys.
Mm,
So not all of it are going to be cash flow properties. Some of them may just be an equity hold. Some of them may be like just something which you hold and just wait. And real estate is one of those assets where you just buy and just hold and just wait for it to appreciate because it's not the other way around. Like we all want stuff that's going to cash flow day one, but real estate is one of those games where the cash flow is minimal at day one, but it will pay off over a period of 7 to 10 years.
5 years from now, the only thing you will be worried about if you buy real estate 5 years from now, the only thing you'll be worried about is that, man, I wish I bought more.
I bought
Uh,
them earlier, right?
because man, it's not coming down; it's all going up. As with inflation,
Mm-hmm.
everything is going to go up. House prices are going up. Investment properties are going up. Everything you touch now is very expensive than what it was 5 years ago. Everybody knows that. But if it is an asset, at least you have invested, you have put your money wisely. You're not losing it. The asset is increasing in value as opposed to certain things that lose in value. So make money, invest in assets, let that pay for your lifestyle is what we talk about here.
Absolutely. So, before we land the plane here, New Year's resolution number one, have your goals, set up your personal, professional, financial goals, have the calendar ready, make sure they are non negotiable dates on the calendar, and wanting to see how we can scale our main business so that we can take our investment property and then have a why. Why are we going to do this?
Hmm.
Because once we understand the why, the what, and how all becomes easy. As long as we know why we're doing it, it's just going to make perfect sense. Why do you have that goal set in mind? Because most of us, myself included, in the past, I always used to just trail every single year, meaning like we just used to wander off. Like the first of the month, first of the year came in, and I was just basically just wandering off. And the next thing I found out was it was December, and
Hmm.
we were the same as last year. So if someone is really, really interested, in improving year after year after year. Make sure, like Tom said, set goals, set priorities, and have a resolution that you can keep and be accountable of. So, Tom, any last words, man?
And guys, like we just talked about, to have some goals to purchase some assets this year.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
it could be a house, it could be something that gives you value years down the line, or the value goes up, or
Hmm.
something that also gives you cash flow at the same time. I mean, here we talk about buying real estate because real estate gives you both. It gives you cash flow and it gives you appreciation on that asset, right? So, as opposed to, let's say, you purchase land. This is why we're not a big proponent of buying land, because, yeah, it may go up in value in the right place in 20 years, and you may get a big multiple on that. But in the meantime, for 20 years, you're holding nothing and not getting anything in return, right? But as opposed to buying cash flowing assets, like what we do here is we buy industrial real estate. That's our goal this year. Our goal this year is to go and buy 10 to 15 to 20 million dollars worth of industrial real estate. Now, when I say 10, 20, 15, and all that, it might be big numbers, but the cool thing about real estate, we don't have to come up with all the money. We just use leverage, use the banks, we raise some money, and then we go purchase that. And that's our goal. We want to buy at least 2 or 3 good cash flowing properties. We've identified some. Noel knows that, and he'll say that in a little bit. And we want, if anybody's interested in partnering with us and taking part in the cash flow and the appreciation,
Hmm.
feel free to reach out to us. We have set up a fund specifically for this, and we believe that in the next 5 years, with the administration changing and everything, it's going to be great for real estate investors, and from the tax standpoint as well as the growth standpoint. So, if anybody's interested in learning more about what we are thinking about doing, definitely reach out to us, and we'll share more about that.
100%. And for all my dentist colleagues, Jan 17th, I'll be at the Podfest with Nifty Thrifty. I'll be one of the panelists. So make sure, if you are kind of thinking about it, sign up. Uh, the code and everything, the link was in one of my previous posts. I'll post it back up. So
And it's in
that's
Orlando, right?
it's in Orlando. It's at the Renaissance near SeaWorld. So if you're going to be there, definitely let's meet up, let's network, and let's talk business, real estate, whatever. There'll be hosts of other more talents. I mean, these guys will just rock it out, and I'm really excited for that.
I think that's going to be a great place to attend, guys. I'm thinking about going as well. So, as his guest, otherwise I cannot show up because I'm not a dentist. But anyway, if you're a dentist, you definitely need to be there. I mean, and this is another thing, guys. You got One of the things you got to have in your mind as a goal is to get more exposure this year. How can you get more exposure?
Oh
Because
yes,
it's all about promotion, guys. I mean, it's not you may be the greatest dentist in town that nobody knows about. The guy who's got the best marketing will always win. So have that as one of the goals as well this year.
absolutely, and that's coming from a guy who does marketing and who had a marketing business and he sold it for multiples. So, love it. Alrighty. So with that being said, Tom, any last words? We're good.
I think Happy New Year is the last word.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. Have
All
a
right.
great one.